Hi, my name is Marek Zmyslowski. I'm originally born and raised in Poland. I was running a couple of online businesses there until 2013 when I decided to sell them and move to Africa. I'm based right now in Lagos, Nigeria. And I'm running currently the biggest online travel agency, jovago.com, which is, to explain it better, kind of a booking.com for Africa.
Yeah, and you're a long-time Nozbe user. You've been using Nozbe back when you were running the startups in Poland, and you're still using Nozbe. So how does Nozbe fit into bringing booking.com kind of ordering of hotels in Africa?
Well, yeah, true. I think I started using Nozbe like 2008, which is 6-7 years ago. And nothing has really changed because it doesn't matter if the company you're running has 1 people, it's only you. It doesn't matter if it has 10 people or it has 120, like now the office I have in Lagos. At the end of the day, it's all about how you manage your priorities, how you manage your tasks, and how you interact and collaborate with your team members on projects. So the basic rules stay the same. This is why the software stays also the same. And Nozbe gave me the opportunity to grow with it. So I had never any reason to change it.
Okay, and can you tell me is there any specific way you use it right now? For example, for your travel site, I mean, is there any process or anything that you use Nozbe differently because you run this kind of business?
Not really. Well, I use the mobile version much more often because every business in Africa, and what is very very typical about Africa is that your mobile screen is actually your first screen here. It's not like in Europe when you have a laptop for specific activities and you have a tablet for specific activities and then you use mobile when you're on the run. Here you actually use mobile for everything. So definitely the usage of the mobile application has grown. I made my people use Nozbe as well. We collaborate on the projects when we sit together in the office. And I think the most important thing that always helps me with Nozbe is just use it as a tool to quickly write down all the thoughts that come to my mind so I can get back to them later. So I have nothing on my mind, although I have many projects running.
All right. And is there any specific Nozbe tip or something that you really like in Nozbe, or anything specific functionality that you find is gives you a boost or something?
Although it's not maybe so popular for everyone else, but I love the context of every task because in Nigeria, where I spend most of my time, or in other African countries, it's not so common to be online all the time. So being able to define your tasks by the activity you're actually doing right now, either you're on the car or by your computer or you have only mobile and you're actually offline right now, quickly can allow me to sort through the daily tasks I have to do, I want to get done, and focus on the ones that I'm able to get done at this particular time, obviously. So that's something that I realized I'm using much more often than before when I was living in Europe.
Perfect. Any last advice you would give about Nozbe to someone?
Well, I think in order to really take the most out of Nozbe, is also to understand some basic rules of your tasks management. I started using Nozbe because I read David Allen's book, Getting Things Done. And I think if it wasn't for the book, if it wasn't for the methodology that I wanted to use anyway, I'm not sure if I was able to get all the potential out of Nozbe.
All right.
Because I've tried to have other friends use Nozbe, but if they tried doing this without knowing the methodology, they were still happy with Nozbe, but I could tell that they're not using everything they could out of Nozbe. So I was like, okay, get the methodology, get the basics, and then you will know how Nozbe helps you grow in that methodology. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Marek. Thanks for this advice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.